It is very important. Because imagine, the last time, some of the persons were crying. You work, sweat, toil, you gather small, an assembly official or a forestry commission official who is supposed to be protecting these lands will say, oh, the assembly is selling. We have very good deals and you should come and buy and all of that. And you have our assurance. Nobody's going to pull down these structures. Believe us. Then you give them the money. And more often than not, when you begin building, nobody will come to pull down the structure until it reaches lantern level in certain cases. So please. The exercise will continue today, by the way, and we will continue to be there to monitor as well for you everything that happens. But that's just it in terms of a little concern this morning as well. Still on the front pages of the Ghanaian Times, Vice President demands transparency in Mahama Care's rollout, and World Bank launches Fit to Prosper Health Initiative. Kills pile over 20 cedis. Oh. Anybody will be given money, because it's not just this instance where the minister was ranting about that is of concern. There have been other areas he's visited where residents within the area came and were saying, oh, when the contractor heard you were coming, that's when he came to site to show that he is working, but he has not been doing anything. And these contracts, under the big push, we understand, are being handed over to Ghanaian contractors. Ghanaians. The money will stay here. It will create the jobs and everything. And some of them are refusing to work, meeting timelines that have been set, not for being old. Inexcusable. When we speak of Ghanaian excellence and we ask that let us hand over contracts to Ghanaians because we can do it ourselves, it is inexcusable that after that persons will be paid. Not that they are owed. If they are owed, it's a completely different story. But they've been paid, they've been given money to continue work, and they will not. Respectfully, that cannot be the case. I want us to listen to the minister, Kwame governs Abuja, and then we'll return.
You take job, you keep it. You are looking for new ones. And guess what? It is not only here you are not working. Majority of your portfolio, you are simply not working as expected. And somebody is going to tell you the truth. It's not right. No, you shouldn't have started now. You should have started last year. So what do you mean by the 24 months? You see, almost all your projects, you have failed to deliver on time. So when you say that the 24 months, you wait when the 24 months is due, then we can determine whether you are not. Because even on Fida Road project, you are not delivering on time. Little project, Fida Road, you are still in abeyance.
I want to apologize for how you are feeling.
How I'm feeling.
I want to assure you that this corridor will be delivered on time.
Listen. I even hear this from the owner of your company on smaller projects, and that was still not done. 10 kilometers of Fida Road, you still are not able. I'll finish by December. December is 5 months away. You still didn't finish on those projects. Somebody's going to tell you what you are not right. You draw down perhaps one of the largest. Your company is one of the largest drawdown on government pairs on road. When was the last time you finished any project? Tell me the last time you finished any project that you have been given in the last 5 years. No.
Let me speak to this.
Minister, let me hear you. This cannot be April. Director, step back. Don't step back. You take job, you keep it. Nobody's blind. You are looking for new ones. And guess what? It is not only here you are not working. Majority of your portfolio, you are simply not working as expected. And somebody is going to tell you the truth. It's not right.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
We have just started.
No, you shouldn't have started now. You should have started last year.
Yes.
So what do you mean by the 24 months? You see, almost all your projects, you have failed to deliver on time. So when you say that the 24 months, you wait when the 24 months is due, then we can determine whether you are not. Because even on Feeder Road project, you are not delivering on time. Little project, Feeder Road, you are still in abeyance.
I want to apologize with you for how you are feeling.
How I'm feeling.
I want to assure you that this corridor will be delivered on time. Take my
Listen. I even hear this from the owner of your company on smaller projects, and that was still not done. 10 kilometers of Feeder Road, you still are not able. I'll finish by December. December is 5 months away. You still didn't finish on those projects. Somebody's going to tell you what you are not right. You draw down perhaps one of the largest. Your company is one of the largest drawdown on government pest on road. When was the last time you finished any project? Tell me the last time you finished project that you have given in the last 5 years. No.
Let me speak to this.
Minister.
So that's the Roads and Highways Minister, Kwame Governs Agboja. And Kunzo, find me additional videos so that we will get the full context and the full picture in relation to this company as well. The minister has stated that the biggest drawdown, this specific company, and I saw the story in a specific paper, and so I was just hoping I could get further details. But if anything the minister says is to go by, 5 years, continuous handing of projects, failure to deliver on time, what is the justification to continue to hand over contract if someone is not delivering on time? It's a question that jumps easily at anybody who is listening to the minister. You are complaining that this person receives the biggest drawdown in terms of government pays on matters of road contracts. Why then is this person still being handed contract? Because the minister suggests that they are keeping the contracts and they are coming for more. Why are you giving them more if they are not delivering? It's a simple question that jumps at everybody who's been listening to the minister go on this tirade, and he's right in every sense of the word, because if I don't owe you 5 months in and you haven't delivered and you are telling me the project is 24 months and so we will deliver, I'm sorry, but once the person has paid you, there's the expectation that you deliver to a certain extent. So the question is even going back to the minister and all the persons who are handing over Feeder Roads contract, Big Push contract, and all of that. Yes, we want Ghanaian excellence to show in Big Push. I think that's the position of this government. And yesterday I was having a conversation with someone in the newsroom that is the position the government is taking. We will only have to hold their feet to fire as to if the approach is best. If that is the approach, we can't go full circle and return and be raising concerns and asking questions as to why you have paid someone. A Feeder Road, per the minister, a Feeder Road contract was to have been completed by December. 5 months down the line after December, because we're in the month of May, the contract is not done. I'm sorry, but I struggle to come to terms with the fact that the person is not working and we are handing over new contracts to them. Here's another of such instance where the minister is raising concerns again.
Clearing. This place was cleared in April. This cannot be April. Director, step back. Don't step back. This cannot be. Nobody's blind. This cannot be April clearing. I am asking you when was this cleared? He said in April. Now you are saying that you did one, you are doing another one today.
Now on our way, yeah. He was scandalized. We're both scandalized when we're told that we're actually now coming to hand over the site to the contractor. Just an indication that no work has been happening at all. And yet these contractors, many of them have received mobilization. In fact, the information we have is that on this particular project, about 66 million Ghana cedis have been paid to them.
That's mobilization. Yes. 66 million.
It's acceptable for us to come and see this level of work this far. So please.
Clearing for 5 months.
So by their program, every month we are supposed to achieve at 3% from May onward.
From May. So what happened to the December last year?
So by their program is
Don't be talking about the contractors program. Contractors work to the schedule of the government. Yes, even if you design and build, you work according to our program. The fact that the contractor brings a program doesn't mean that it's acceptable to us. Regional Minister. Regional Minister. What is the situation on this road?
Yes. Minister, if I get information,
yes.
monitor all the activities. So this is our issue. Once we have the information,
Are you not in touch with my director?
So left she came.
Yeah.
So
you haven't been.
You take job, you keep it. You are looking for new ones. And guess what? It is not only here you are not working. Majority of your portfolio, you are simply not working as expected. And somebody is going to tell you the truth. It's not right.
No, you shouldn't have started now. You should have started last year.
So what do you mean by is the 24 months? You see, almost you are simply not working as expected. And somebody is going to tell you the truth. It's not right.
No, you shouldn't have started now. You should have started last year.
So what do you mean by is the 24 months? You see, almost all your projects, you have failed to deliver on time. So when you say that the 24 months, you wait when the 24 months is due, then we can determine whether you are not. Because even on that road project, you are not delivering on time. All your projects, you have failed to deliver on time. So when you say that the 24 months, you wait when the 24 months is due, then we can determine whether you are not. Because even on that road project, you are not delivering on time. Little feeder road, you are still in abeyance.
I want to apologize to you for how you are feeling.
How I'm feeling.
I want to assure you that this corridor will be delivered on time. Take my word.
Listen.
I even hear this from the owner of your company on smaller projects. And that was still not done. 10 kilometers of feeder road, you still are not able. I'll finish by December. December is 5 months away. You still didn't finish on those projects. Somebody's going to tell you what you are doing is not right. You draw down perhaps one of the largest.
3FM Sunrise.
for how he is feeling. He says, I apologize for how you are feeling, Honorable Minister. Nobody cares about an apology. You are supposed to have started a contract 5 months ago. You have been given money. You haven't started. The minister is asking why you haven't started, and you say you apologize for how he is feeling. Who wants your apology? Who wants your apology? Nobody is interested in an apology. I think what this also reveals is that on the many levels, there's an issue of monitoring, right? Because yes, and we'll come into the minister's rant, and I have a story here, source from 3news.com, where and the contractor in question, because it's a Ghanaian-owned company, and once you are receiving government funds and you are undertaking projects in the name of the good people of this country, we will mention your name and ask, why are you not delivering? It's a fair question to ask. But there appears to be a problem of monitoring, because the regional minister says he doesn't have any information. And that was on the Wenchi Road. The regional minister said he doesn't have any information, so he cannot monitor. So it has to take the roads minister to be out inspecting projects before we are able to tell that is this contractor meeting the set timelines, because we've given them money and they are supposed to be delivering on the project, and so are they meeting timelines? What happens to resident municipal engineers? Because there is a regional coordinating council which is supposed to be liaising with the Ministry of Roads and Highways on respective projects within their regions. If it's feeder roads, the respective agencies are at the municipalities. The people who work there, when they wake up and they bath and they go to work, what do they go and do? It's a question that needs to be answered, because they will be paid at the end of the month. So why is it taking the minister to be finding out that a project should have started in December of last year and hasn't started? Why must it take the minister leaving Accra to go to the region to find out? The regional minister is not aware. Where is the connection in terms of monitoring and to ascertain projects? Because the information is supposed to go down to the extent that for you and I, who are ordinary folks, when we are going past, we know timelines, and we can be asking ourselves, is this contractor working to the specified timelines? Because in other areas, and if you get a bit more videos as to the minister's monitoring, you find out persons coming in and saying that, oh, minister, this person or this contractor, he wasn't working. When he heard that you were coming was when he moved machines onto the road. Yet if you go to the municipalities, there are persons who source, I won't say authority or power directly, but they are supposed to be working in conjunction with feeder roads, roads and highways authority, all of those other little institutions that fall directly under the roads and highways. All of them are supposed to be there. So when they wake up and they go to work, what do they do? This is not an issue of, a traffic light is spoiled. It is undergoing procurement and it hasn't come through. And so monitoring of the project within your regions. Why is it taking the minister to realize that someone who is supposed to be undertaking project 5 months hasn't done the work? Then to the respective agencies as well. How is a contractor receiving contracts? Is being paid? Because from the conversation, and I'm choosing my words carefully, it doesn't suggest a non-payment, because we've seen instances where they will complete sections of the road. I think when you go to Kumasi, some of the major projects, the contractors had completed work to a certain level and they hadn't been paid. And so they went away from site. When government honored payment, they returned to site. It is not, from the conversation, it doesn't come off as an instance like that. And so, how is this individual not doing the work to your desired expectation, missing deadlines on previous projects, and yet is being given continuously contract? Someone has to help us and appreciate why that is the case. Because if you and I are engaged in any transaction whatsoever and I give you a contract and you don't honor it, I don't think when you come, I will give you another contract again to go and do something for me, and you will not honor it again, and I will continue to give you contract because I have money stuck in a storehouse and it is growing every day on a tree. I'm not sure that's the case. And so we also need an explanation from the minister and the persons relevant in authority as to why, despite the continuous failure to meet timelines, we are still handing out contracts to someone who is not wanting to meet specific timelines provided to do the work. That is a question that we need answers to as well. And to the Ghanaian contractor, are you not interested in excellence, in doing work that leaves everybody in awe and going beyond the shores of this country? Let it not be said of us that when it comes to us Ghanaians, we are never on time and we never do things on time. That we will do the work and our finishing will always be a problem. There's a story that is told as to persons who do well with their hands. The frontage of your furniture will look excellent. Behind it, they will just do anything. And when you say this, oh, nobody will look behind the chair. So that place, it doesn't matter. That should not be the tale of Ghanaian contractors. If you're given the contract, proceed, deliver on time. It's not like you are old. If there's a challenge, you communicate with the relevant agencies so they can address it. But not a story of, I apologize for how you are feeling. Nobody wants an apology. What we want is for you to deliver. And if there is a reason why you are not delivering, that should be coming. Not when the person is coming to monitor and then you be apologizing for how they feel. Let me get the details of the story, because we've had voices, the Roads and Highways Minister. But who are the contractors involved? The minister's tour, and the story is in the Daily Post, but it's sourced from 3news.com. Right? And so the Roads and Highways Minister has issued his strongest warnings yet to underperforming contractors on the government's flagship Big Push infrastructure program, threatening terminations, court action, and the reallocation of contracts following a working tour of the Bono, Savannah, and Upper West regions. The minister's tour revealed a troubling pattern of slow progress, last-minute mobilization, and broken assurances across several road projects, prompting a series of sharp public rebukes directed at contractors he described as taking government jobs without the intention or capacity to deliver. Maripoma Construction in focus. Maripoma Construction bore the brunt of the minister's frustration, with Agboja questioning the contractor's commitment and professionalism in terms that left little room for ambiguity. You packed and came to site just yesterday because you heard we were coming. The youth are angry and will act accordingly if you fail to deliver 20% within 2 months, the minister said, addressing the company directly. He was equally scathing about the political cost of contractor failure, asking, why should the president suffer abuse for giving you a job that you failed to deliver? When Maripoma showed no signs of adequate justification for its slow pace, the minister went further. No contractor is bigger than government. I will terminate you and we meet in court. The Wenchi-Bole-Wa Highway raises alarm. The minister also expressed serious dissatisfaction with progress on the Wenchi-Bole-Wa Highway, one of the key arterial roads under the Big Push program linking the Bono and Savannah regions. I am not impressed with the speed of work on the Wenchi Bole Wa Highway, and we will abrogate if necessary to reward serious contractors. Abuja directly challenged contractors who had lobbied for the job but were now failing to honor their own commitment. You came begging for the contract with assurances that you can do the job. Why are you not doing it as you claimed? When Ghanaian contractors take a job, they know that there is no penalty for not completing on time, so they complete when they complete. But on this big push, it is not like that. That is even a problem. Why is there no penalty for failure to complete at the appropriate time? Why is there no penalty? So for foreigners, there's a penalty. For our own Ghanaian people, yes, we understand. We're trying to provide support base and grow Ghanaian industries, but it should come at a certain level of particularly if you are not old. Particularly if you are not old. And so the story mentions Maripoma. You are receiving the contract, and the expectation is that you will honor it to the specific terms. Honor it to the specific terms. The people do not care about feelings and all. They want the roads done. That is all that matters. And particularly when oil funds are being doled out. We are trying to have the Public Interest and Accountability Committee join us in studio somewhere tomorrow. Have conversations about oil receipts and where our oil revenues are going. This government has made an amendment to the act in terms of how petroleum revenue is used. Strictly on infrastructure. Big push. Once oil is being lifted, there will be money and they will be paid. Big push contractors are being paid. So why are they delaying on the project? And why are you giving them new contract when they are not delivering?
Napo, 3FM Sunrise.
Contractors either. I agree. That also has to be addressed. Because sometimes, and not sometimes, in most cases, they are also not treated fairly by our government, where contract sums and what have you are not paid on time, which leaves them in situations where they are hounded by banks. In fact, as we speak, audits are being undertaken as to road projects from the last 8 years. Is this a new video, Kunzo? This is a new video as to what. So yes, I will come to this new video as to persons not meeting timelines in terms of road contracts. Yes, that's a fair point to make, which is the reason why on the argument we are making this morning, we are not, as for persons who have not been paid to mobilize and go back, you cannot ask the person to go and be looking for money unless that is a part of the agreement that you are building, you're operating, and then you transfer after a certain period. But if the person is supposed to be working with the money as and when, the government must pay them. And if you haven't paid them, you are having their banks chase them and what have you, do right by them, pay them, do your audits quickly and pay them. I want us to go in and listen to another of such instance where concern is being raised about completion timelines of these projects.
And a kilometer.
Yes.
As issue with the section of the asphalt plant, they are fully mobilized for this particular.
You are confident that you mobilized.
Yes.
So why are they not working with the company?
As I said, their concrete guns honestly are not enough. They have like two for now. They have like 2 guns. only 2 gangs. So I've spoken to them to increase the number of contract gangs to speed up with the works.
When did you do that? When did you give them that reminder?
Oh, even last week he went to Tamale. Just on Thursday. Was it Thursday he went to Tamale? Yes. So on Thursday he had to go to Tamale.
To do what?
To look for more moves to buy. That's what he told me.
Are they using metal or they're using
No, they are using wood. Yes.
But this is you are project managing them. It is their job to know where to buy. They came to the ministry begging that they have capacity. You begged to get this work. We didn't impose it on you. So I don't even see why we should be talking about this. You begged and said you have the capacity and everything. So why you not working?
我们有能力，我们求他们有能，我们是有能力做这个事情的。为什么我们还没有工作？我们没有工作这个。
Well, if they are supposed to finish
这个水沟的这个
the U drain by August, we want to see the 12 kilometers of the U drain by end of August.
实际上在8月末
This is big push. You work. How many hours do you work a day? How many hours do you work a day?
我们一天做我明天工作多长时
They normally go for break from
nine.
they start at 6. It's 6 to 6, but they work 10 hours. They always have 2
You need
hours.
to start doing some work in the night. Start polishing in the night and other
加
things.
快进度，就是说在8月末完成水沟的做完，全部完12公里。8月份12公里
I mean,
we are doing our best to do it.
so what is preventing you since you are doing your best?
如果我们要做这完这是。
That's Gavin Skwame Agboja in yet another interaction. So keep this one on. It's the Bole Bamboy Road. And the caption is, you begged for this contract. Local contractors are doing better. So the person started fumbling when he was scolded by the minister. That's the caption on the video. I was just sampling a few of such instances because yesterday when I saw the video, I was like, no. We cannot consistently be having conversations about persons being... And the minister continues to say, this is big push. One of the reasons is that they don't have a money problem. Of all of the contracts which they are looking for funding, a loan was contracted because of DDEP. There are conversations as to a relook at the funding sources and all of that. Big push, they don't have a problem. At least from what we understand. So, our contractors, we beg you.
Mauna, I think you made the point for me when you took on the minister. Took on is strong, but that's the angle I want to go. I think the minister's frustrations as expressed sadly reveals a bigger problem with the ministry itself. That you have a contractor who in the past 5 years has not completed a single road project and yet keeps getting more contracts. There's problem with auditing, there's a problem with supervision,
Monitoring.
there's
It's
a problem
monitoring the
with
project.
monitoring the projects, there's a problem with inspecting or inspection and tracking the progress of the project. Every project manager knows that the words I have just mentioned are critical words in the execution of a project. You do not keep giving one particular person more projects when earlier projects given have either not met their delivery timelines, have not met scheduled deliveries. The project is a 24-month project from what we heard. We don't have the contract details. But what we know with projects is that there are scheduled assessments and tasks are scheduled to be completed within certain timelines, leading to the final completion date as stipulated in the contract. So if the contract said you are supposed to have completed the work at 10% of the work by this period, at the time that the period given elapses, do we have supervision? Do we have people tracking, monitoring the project to be able to relay to the owner of the project that, look, the contractor has not met the first deadline, that the person was supposed to have put in the culverts by this time, but the person has not been able to do that. And from what we see, it is not possible for the person to even complete that by the next timeline given in the contract. I don't know whether these are a part of the road contracts that we sign. Again, do the contracts stipulate sanctions that if the contractor fails to achieve this percentage of work done by this set date, this is what action the ministry can take? Do we have those in our contracts as a check against, for lack of a better word, lazy approach to the job? If we don't, then that could also be another problem. Yes, the contractor has 24 months to execute the project. We know that every project has to go through certain phases. The argument will be made that I have 24 months, so you relax. I think we had that argument in the discussion, the interaction between the minister and the representative of the contractor. So the argument is that, look, I have 24 months to execute the project. This is only 5 months into the project. So relax yourself, be calming down. If by the end of the 24 months, your project is not delivered, then you can scream at me, you can shout at me, and you can take me to whichever court you want to take me to. But for now, Mr. Minister, be calming down. The question that jumps at me is, what is the nature of a road construction? Can you construct a road in quick or rapid succession of the stages, the construction stages, up to completion within 1 month? Is that possible? So if you were to do the Dodowa Road, Adenta Dodowa Road is the road that a lot of us are familiar with. They said you should deliver a dual carriage within 24 months, a highway within 24 months. What is the first stage in such a construction? What is the second stage? What is the third stage? Can you combine stages 1, 2, 3 in 2 days, for instance? Are there factors in the construction process which necessarily delay you? For instance, you may be required to put a grader on the road as a first stage and wait for a week before you can move on to the next stage. And that 1 week waiting period is probably for, or to allow the ground hold itself together. I'm not a contractor, but I think you are getting the scenario.
There's someone who is disagreeing with you and says that to say you have 24 months to complete the project doesn't mean we wait 24 months before we come at you.
Then, with due respect, the person is not listening to me. I am saying.
Proceed.
I am saying that the argument made, that was the argument made. If you can
by the contractor. Yes. I
didn't say it.
Which is the reason we were blasting the minister was blasting the
made is this. And based on that argument, I'm now asking the questions that I am asking. So the person who is quick to disagree with me, please be calming down.
It's a common friend.
Just follow the discussion I'm having. In fact, I've not drawn any conclusions. I started off by saying I'm not a contractor. I have no knowledge of the terms of contract between the government of Ghana and the contractor, or any contractor for that matter. In fact, truth of the matter is I have never read a typical road contract to see the what do you call it, the layout, the terms, and all of those things. So I'm just having a broader discussion to try to put the things in perspective. And the point I made was that this is the argument that has been made. But is that argument tenable? And I'm now going ahead to ask the questions I'm asking. Can we combine? I believe that as it is with every other project, I am very familiar with project management. That is also my field. And I know that in project management, every project has stages that you go through to achieve
absolutely
the overall intended goal or objective. Now, can you combine stages 1 and 2 and 3 in a typical road construction? Can you combine stages 1, 2, and 3 in a 2-day period or 3-day period, or in quick successions? Or there are natural inhibitors that come with the job. And that is where I gave the example of whether if you were to put a grader on the road, are you allowed to immediately after the grader has gone through the road to pour red sand on it? Or you are supposed to wait for some period before you can move on to the next stage? That's the question I'm asking. So the fact of the matter is that the minister's lamentation, unfortunately, and with all due respect, exposes a lot of the weaknesses at the ministry or with the management of road contracts. Let me put it broadly. It is not just a question of a contractor not delivering a single project in a period of 5 years. It is a much bigger problem than that. Because we now realize that in the past 5 years, and this is from the sector minister, and for me, once it's from the sector minister, it is deemed to be the gospel truth. It is, the contractor has not delivered on a single project in the past 5 years. Yet, the same contractor is getting additional road contracts, both feeder roads and highways. Let me say, even feeder roads and highways. What are the metrics in awarding a contract? What do we consider? Is it just the capacity of the contractor in terms of logistics, equipment, technical know-how, personnel? Is that the only consideration? Do we consider the contractor's past record? Does it have any effect or impact to say that, well, when we gave you project A, you delivered over and above all expectations. So we have confidence in you to give you 2 more projects. Or to say that you have a record of quality delivery with your projects. So even though you have not delivered on 1, 2, 3 projects that you already have, we have confidence to give you this particular project because it is our landmark project, our legacy project, that we think that your quality speaks to your qualification for this particular project. Is that a factor we consider? Do we go beyond the capacity of the contractor to also consider the timeliness of the delivery of the project? Because this is a flagship project. The big push is government's biggest, or should I say flagship, let me just leave it at flagship project. And I think at the early stages, one of the government officials had mentioned that because this is one of the core interest areas of the president, they are leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that the projects are financed, that money is not a barrier, that the delivery is guaranteed within the specified timelines, that the quality of the projects would be guaranteed. If these were our 3 metrics in deciding whether Bill should be the contractor or Phil should be the contractor or Mawina should be the contractor, did the contractors on these projects meet these standards? So I think the ministry itself has a lot of introspection to do. The minister and his deputy were both on the field, which is a good thing. It tells us the kind of attention that they have attached, or they are giving the big push project. But when they come back to Accra in the air-conditioned office, they should call their directors together, call their project leads together, and ask themselves the critical questions. Otherwise, we will continue screaming at contractors when probably the problem is actually from us. Having said that, I want to still clap for the minister all the same for at least demonstrating that he can bite. It is a good thing to see that the minister is demonstrating that he can and he is ready to bite.
Right. Let me say a good morning to some of the biggest Arsenal fans I know.
Yeah, good morning, good morning.
Your mic is off. I don't know why you're in a hurry. To Ike, who has been through all of the phases of being an Arsenal fan. Ike, he is in another Champions League final after 20 years.
That's why he's looking happy.
Relax. I'm just going through the paces in acknowledging Arsenal fans that I know. Lord Okuno from my JHS days has suffered all of the trolls, and Arsenal are in yet another UCL final. To Mr. McAfee, who I know is listening, the threats will cease because Arsenal are in a UCL final and are poised to win the league as well. But I'll do a few messages on Facebook, then I'll come to Billy Shen, who is also an Arsenal fan and is here and is in an Arsenal jersey today. Ike is brimming from chin to chin, grinning, excitement daytown. Aaron Babakuko Komisa says, good morning to you. Accountability in public office is non-negotiable. When taxpayer funds are lost through negligence, action must follow. Ghana needs stronger institutions and independent anti-corruption agencies to protect our national resources. Philip Abochi shares this one on the contractor situation. It says Ghanaian contractors, particularly those working on road projects in the Volta region, should uphold their responsibilities to the Republic of Ghana. The Honorable Agboja deserves utmost appreciation for his efforts, and I implore them not to disappoint him. I, Philip Abochi, would like to extend my congratulations to the contractor responsible for the Denu Toko to Ho Road, who is performing exceptionally well. May God bless Ghana. Good morning, everyone. That's Philip Abochi from Keta. Fifi Benji says most of these delays are politics. And also, contractors feel after completion there will be no major projects to be worked on. Fifi, the contract will not finish in this country.
At all. And
We are
the
on
politics bit. You see, that's one of our problems. Because, look, I award you a contract because I have made a political, a campaign promise to deliver on that project. If you sabotage me, will I give you another contract? And I'm sure that there are other considerations that go into awarding contracts to contractors. So I don't agree with that politics.
Well, Fifi Benji returns and says we are own enemies, just like the mechanic, tailor, seamstress, and other repairers.
I agree with you.
They will give you dates.
I agree with you.
You will come and you will be in trouble. Let me say a good morning to Billy Shen. In his Arsenal jersey.
Not London forever. Whatever the weather, the streets are old. Come on!
You can see the passion on his face.
Oh my goodness!
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. I almost lost my voice last night. Oh my goodness!
But did you play well? I couldn't watch the game. I'll be honest.
We
managed it.
We managed it. I mean,
yeah, you managed.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to go out. Thrashing everybody.
No,
you manage it.
No. It was a game to be managed. Yes, and Bukayo Saka came out big for us. Our star boy, we love him. I mean, he's gone through a lot.
Injuries and all.
Yeah,
but he's come. I think his return has been timely.
Very.
He proved very crucial in that 3-0 win against Fulham.
Yeah.
And he came up big for you yesterday as well.
And now he's going to Budapest with us. We are going to win the Champions League.
Budapest. Have you been to Budapest, Arsenal?
No.
I think the finals it was not in Budapest.
It was in Paris. The 2006 one.
No, I don't mean 2006. After 2006, has there been any other final? When you met Chelsea in the Europa League, was it Budapest? I just want to be sure.
I'm not sure it was.
I'm not sure it was. So it was the first time to be in Budapest for Arsenal. Big things expected of you in the month of May, I'll be honest.
Yes.
Right now it's yours for the taking.
Thank you.
There can be no doubt about it terms of how this turns out. The UCL final, I mean, you can argue it's a final and so it could go either ways. But for the league, I'm expecting that to come home after City drew against Everton.
Thank you very much.
They have a tighter schedule
in
terms of the fixtures as well as compared to you. And so I think congratulations will be in order at this particular point in time.
Thank you very much.
Congratulate all of my Arsenal friends.
Please cut this. Cut this because you had 2 prayers against us. It's not working.
Oh. I mean, it's always fair, right? It's always fair that against I will do it.
Oh, okay. But when we achieve,
I mean, without a shadow of doubts, we will congratulate you. And
thank you.
And that's what we will do. And so congratulations on making it to the finals. Today we look out for who returns or who joins Arsenal at Budapest for that all-important Champions League final. 31st May, right?
Yeah.
31st May is the last day of the month as well. And then we kick off into June, which will be the World Cup month.
So
Before 31st
will be like a week after my birthday. So they should give me...
Oh, you're a May born as well.
Yeah, they should give me a late present. 22nd May.
You're 22nd
May.
Yeah. 22nd May.
Yeah.
22nd. Because I know a week exactly after is 21st. So it's supposed to be Sunday.
No, so...
is the final on a Sunday?
No, the final will be on the Sunday, I believe. Yes.
No, because if it's on the 31st, that's a Sunday.
Yeah, that's
I know
a Sunday.
that because of a specific 24th.
Oh, okay, yeah, 24th.
24th is a Sunday, and so 31st will be a Sunday.
Yeah.
That'll be the first time a Champions League final is on a Sunday. I don't recall if
it's either Saturday, Sunday. It depends sometimes.
I haven't seen a Champions League final on a Sunday. But Bello will do sports for us now. He's one of the most excited individuals. But he'll do sports after this very short break, after which he will come through with the very latest from the world of sports. And so stay with us. This is a 3FM Sunrise.
Ghana, get ready for the ultimate athletics showdown. The African Senior Athletics Championship.
My name is Bill Ishen. We'll go to you, but let's start from the local scene because the Black Stars goalkeeping coach Daniel Gaspar has paid a visit to Hartlefolk's training camp ahead of their Ghana Premier League fixture against Karela United on Wednesday. Gaspar, who assumed his role in preparation for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, arrived in Ghana over the weekend as part of his early assessment of goalkeeping options for the national team. Addressing the players during his visit, Gaspar emphasized that the players should not wait for the tournament to start before performing at their peak.
Every day is the World Cup. Every day is the World Cup. Every time you step on the pitch and you cross the line, it's the World Cup. When you bring your body, and when you bring your brain, your mind, and when you bring your heart, and you bring your soul, your growth, your development will fly. Remember, every day is the World Cup. Good luck.
That was Gaspar, the goalkeeping coach of the Black Stars. Manchester City have strongly condemned the racist abuse directed at Antoine Semenyo following their Premier League draw against Everton, describing the incident as unacceptable and reaffirming their commitment to tackling discrimination in football. Meanwhile, Merseyside police have acted swiftly by arresting a 71-year-old man from Nottinghamshire on suspicion of racially aggravated public order offence. Although he has been released on bail, strict conditions have been imposed, including a temporary ban from going near any sports stadium on match days as investigation continue into the incident. Now, in the Ghana Premier League, Hartlefolk coach Didi Dramani has acknowledged the strong backing from supporters as his side prepares for a crucial clash against Karela at the Accra Sports Stadium. Dramani highlighted the importance of fan support and stressed the team's commitment to putting the club first while pushing for positive results in the closing stages of the season.
Fans are what we have, and they don't leave. They have nowhere to go. And so we always appreciate their comments, we appreciate their positivity, and we will always do our best in order to put the club first. Where we are not able to get what they anticipate for, please, they should understand that it is our wish, it is the players' wish to do everything humanly possible to win every game. But sometimes in the game there will be difficulties. They need to continue to cheer, they need to continue to support, and they need to continue to be positive around these boys and the team.
That was Dj Dramani, the head coach of Hearts of Oak. Now, Ghana international Daniel Kofi says he dreams of playing at the 2026 World Cup despite only returning from a long-term injury. The 30-year-old was part of the Black Star squad that played at the 2022 World Cup at Qatar, with Ghana exiting in the group stage. However, the midfielder was out for close to 3 years with an anterior cruciate ligament injury and only made a return last month, playing for Freiburg's under-23 team. Despite his limited minutes, Tre is holding on to that dream of being in Mexico, Canada and USA. He spoke to sports journalist Fentio Tahiru Fentio.
That's another dream, another goal I'm thriving for, and I believe in it. Point. Or dot, and on the other hand, I need to be honest to myself and see every day or after this maybe one day until the call up how I'm really feeling, how my in what state I am, because I don't want to go to the World Cup just to be a part of it and have on my CV that I have another World Cup if I cannot really help the team and if I cannot have the impact I had before. So I need to be honest to myself, but I believe I can do it and get in shape, ready for the World Cup. And that's just a dream. But in the end of the day, it's not me who decides.
That was Kofi Tre talking to sports journalist Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Let's do some World Cup updates. Morocco became the first African nation to reach the World Cup semi-final during the 2022 World Cup, surpassing Cameroon, Senegal, and Ghana's quarterfinals finish. However, their path to the top on the global stage hasn't been linear, enduring significant high and low moments. With 37 days to the World Cup, the following 3 sports reports takes a closer look at the Atlas Lions.
There are football nations that participate, and then there are those that shift the narrative of a continent. Morocco's national football team belong firmly in the latter. Morocco's World Cup story began at the 1970 World Cup, a modest debut, yet historically significant. They became the first African nation to earn a point at the tournament, signaling the continent's growing presence on football's grandest stage. 16 years later, Morocco didn't just return, they rewrote history. At the 1986 FIFA World Cup, the Atlas Lions stunned the world by topping a group that included England, Portugal, and Poland. They became the first African team to win a World Cup group and reach the knockout stage. Their journey ended in the round of 16, but the significance echoed far beyond Mexico. Africa had proof for the first time that it could compete and win on equal footing. The years that followed were a mix of promise and disappointment. Morocco returned in 1994 and 1998 with flashes of brilliance, particularly in France 98, where they impressed but fell short of progression. Then came a long drought. For 2 decades, the Atlas Lions hovered between qualification heartbreaks and rebuilding phases. When they finally returned at the 2018 FIFA World Cup, it ended in another group stage exit. But beneath the surface, something was brewing. Nothing prepared the world for what Morocco would achieve at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Placed in a group with Belgium, Croatia and Canada, Morocco topped the group, conceding just 1 goal. Then came the knockouts. Spain fell, Portugal followed. By the time Morocco reached the semi-finals, history had already been made, the first African and Arab nation ever to reach that stage. They would eventually finish 4th, the best result by an African nation in World Cup history. Morocco were no longer outsiders, they had become standard bearers. In the 2026 World Cup qualification, the Atlas Lions dominated, becoming the first African nation to secure a place at the tournament, sealing qualification emphatically with a 5-0 win over Niger. At the Mundial, the North African side will battle Brazil, Scotland and Haiti in Group C. Since their debut in 1970, Morocco have developed from participants to genuine title contenders, and the expectations in the United States, Canada and Mexico will be as high as ever.
That was a report on Morocco and their journey in the FIFA World Cup. Now, Arsenal reached the Champions League final for the first time in 20 years as Bukayo Saka sealed a 1-0 win against Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. Mikel Arteta's side settled the semi-final second leg with Saka's strike late in the first half at an ecstatic Emirates Stadium. The Gunners, who drew 1-1 in the first leg in Madrid last week, held firm after Saka's goal to go through 2-1 on aggregate. Now, Arsenal will face either Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich in the final in Budapest on May 30. Now, Michael Otieje is the general manager of MG Sports and believes this is Arsenal's year.
Arsenal's Champions League glory is closer and closer and closer than ever before. Onto the final for only the second time in their history. The last final, 2006, was Barcelona that stopped them. But tonight, against another Spanish opposition, Arsenal scored in the first half, did enough, didn't overcomplicate things. Atletico Madrid never really had the races. In the end, Arsenal, absolute value for that 1-0 win into the final. Bayern Munich or PSG awaits. I know that a lot of people keep saying that, oh, those two teams will completely blow Arsenal away. But in a final, absolutely anything can happen. This Arsenal team has been very good. They've been very good at not conceding goals. They've been very good at scoring in key moments. It's lifted them up to the final. And with momentum in both the Premier League as well as this, unbeaten in the Champions League throughout this season, I think they'll go to Budapest fully confident that they have the capacity to win their first ever Champions League title. Maybe we need to start finding new jokes for Arsenal, because it looks like Champions League glory could be coming after all. Arsenal won, Atletico Madrid 2-1 on aggregate. In the end, Arsenal into the Champions League final. It will be a massive night for the Gunners when that final is played.
That was Michael Otieje. Before we go, athletics has long been one of Ghana's proudest medal-producing sports, with sprinters, relay teams and field athletes consistently carrying the nation's flag with distinction at continental and global competitions. Yet, repeated concerns over poor planning, inadequate preparation and insufficient investment continue to cast a shadow over their achievements. Now, Ghana's sprint coach, Eloma Menopo, who is based in the United States of America, believes it was right for the likes of Saminu and Benjamin Azamati to make their voices heard.
When you have water in your mouth, right, for a very long time, right, it's either you drink it or you pour it out. That's what happened yesterday. Like, you have athletes going to sleep at airport for a very long time, then fly to Botswana to go and compete for the country. It's good. It's good that they speak, but, I've talked to them to tone down because I've seen some of the comment online. It's very harsh and it's unprofessional. And I asked them to tone down a bit. It's good. I think it's a wake-up call that in future something like this will not happen. We have African champs coming up, and then we have the Commonwealth Games coming up this year. So we hope that things will change. What they are asking for, they are able to get it. A lot of time they travel in economy, and I know no Black Star player travel in economy coming to play for the Black Stars. You get it? They travel in basic economy. The basic economy, that's where they travel in. They sit at the tail of the plane and fold their legs until they get to wherever they are going. Look, let's treat these guys. They have sacrificed a lot for our lovely country, and then we need to treat them well.
That was Coach Elom Amenopo bringing an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with some more updates from the Champions League. We could potentially see either PSG or Bayern Munich also book their place in the final. But until then, have a great morning.